football.
Was the plan to bring Trevor in when you did, or were you kind of waiting to see how the game unfolded?
No, we had a plan. We had a plan going in. That was what we planned to do.
How would you assess Trevor's aptitude with other people who played their first game as a true freshman?
He's way up there. You know, he's as good as I've been around from just a freshman standpoint. His ability to absorb what we're doing. Now, he was a mid-year. You know, he did come in January, so he's not like a guy that just got here in July. But still, I've had guys that were mid-years that you know just weren't quite where he is. I mean, he just has a great foundation of football knowledge, and he's got a high aptitude for the game. You know, he's very, very gifted and special in that area.
Speaking with Trevor, we've heard a lot about his ability to move on from adversity or take adversity and bounce back. So after that first series, when he takes a sack, gets hit on the QB run, how'd you see him react on the sideline, and what'd you notice about him in the following series?
Oh, we were just fixing the play. That was a bust. That was just a screw up. That wasn't a sack. That was a run call, and the ball was supposed to be handed off. So I guess it went down as a sack, but that's not a sack. You know, hard to put a sack on that one. You're supposed to be handing the ball off. And you got nobody to hand the ball off to. So it was a mess. That was a mess. We had one sack, and that was an MA on our tight end. So thought our line protected well, and you know, but that was a disappointing play. But you know, just let's fix it. Let's move on. I mean, no big deal. I mean, he missed a couple of throws, had one wide open across the middle, and just missed it, but came right back and went to the next play. I mean, that's just what you do. I mean, there's nobody going to go play perfect. I don't expect them to play perfect. I just expect them to play well, play winning football.
Dabo, Chad Smith and Jordan Lewis both help off the field today. Can you give us an update on both those guys?
Yeah, I think they're both okay. I didn't really get anything from Danny on anybody from anything that sounded like they would be out for a while. You know, it may change tomorrow, but everything was very positive from a player personnel standpoint. We were able to hold Milan today. That was good. That we didn't have to play him. I think that's just he's much better. Felt good today, and so it's good that we didn't have to use him. And then we were Noah. I think Wednesday got like a stinger. And so he wasn't able to go today. That was kind of unusual. It's out of the blue. Didn't really know about that till Thursday. So we held him today. And then Chris Register, same thing. I think he got banged up and rolled his ankle on Wednesday in one of the inside drills. And same thing, just wasn't able to go today as well. But nobody with anything serious.
Did you feel some freedom today with the roster given the new freshman week?
Say that again?
The freedom with the ability to play who you wanted that you didn't have.
Yeah. You know, we didn't have to worry about it. You know, sometimes in the past, when you get in a couple of games like that, you're like, you know, make sure that we don't throw this guy in the game. But we were able to. I think offensively, there's really only one guy that I think is in that category, and that's Jordan McFadden. But we were able to get him in. So he's a guy that we'd like to redshirt, but we want to make sure we get in 4 games. And so we went ahead and got some playing time out of him today. And then defensively, I think we ended up holding Skowski today, Darnell, Maskell, and it seemed like there was one more. Can't remember, but it was just a really few guys. Everybody else really, we were committed to getting them in the game if the opportunity presented itself.
On Justin and Darnell, is that something for later in the year?
Yeah. We'd like to have those guys a little more prepared and a little more ready, you know, as opposed to we want to play them in a base defense type of game. You know, that's a hard game. That's a hard game if you don't know what you're doing and you haven't been able to practice all week and get the reps to do that. So it wouldn't have been very fair to put those guys in there in that situation.
Coach,
you talk about special teams and defense and how the offense gradually got things going later in the game. How much more encouraged are you going into a big road game with Texas A&M, or is it more we have a lot of work to do because of the nature of the game?
Oh, we certainly got a lot of work to do, but I thought today was a good start. I mean, there's no question. I mean, it was a really good start. We had a lot of big plays. We had great balance. We spread the ball to a lot of people. A lot of new people showed up. We had some big plays down the field. We protected our quarterback well. I mean, there was a lot of positives in the game for sure. But again, the margin for error gets much smaller when you're talking about going on the road, playing a team. It's almost like another opener because you still, we watched them the other night, but you still don't know a lot about them. And, so hopefully, they'll know a little bit more about us than we do them, the whole new coaching staff, et cetera. Whereas we've got a lot of returning people, but we're excited about it. I mean, it'll be a great, early test, and we'll kind of we'll see where we are. But the precision and the details will have to be really sharp next week in that environment to have a chance to win the game.
Coach, you mentioned Cornell Powell. He not only had a couple of big plays, but you also targeted him on the fade route on third down in the first quarter. We didn't hear a whole lot about him during camp. Was today just kind of indicative of what you saw from him in camp and you expect to see more of the same?
Yeah, I mean, he's had an excellent camp. He's been very consistent. He's very talented, and he's just a little bit more mature player this year, and trying to take advantage of his opportunity. We got 3 guys at that 2-man position that can all play winning football for us. DK is a guy that we're kind of picking our spots with right now until he's really confident. And, there's a lot going on right now. Make sure he lines up right and is making the right adjustments because it happens fast. But Cornell's had an excellent camp. He really has. And hopefully that'll be a good start for him because we're going to need him. We're going to need him to make a lot of plays.
Coach, Greg has been very open about his journey back from injury. How much confidence does he add to this team when he's on the field and healthy?
Well, he's just a very proven veteran player who's kicked in big games, and he's been doing it for a while. He won the job as a redshirt freshman, and his redshirt freshman and redshirt sophomore year, he did a lot of great things. And then obviously last year didn't really get out of the gate very much before he was hurt. So when you're talking about a kicker and you tear your ACL in your kicking leg, that's a tough task to overcome. And he put a tremendous amount of work in. I'm just really proud of him. He's done a great job, and has had an excellent camp. He's just a very consistent guy, and he's that way in practice. I think he was 90. I think he finished camp 90%, and you're talking about it was somewhere between 45 and 55 competitive kicks, and he's 90%. And I'm talking about kicks from all over the place. They all count. So just really, everybody's got a lot of confidence in him. And so he just had to go re-win the job. We didn't say, hey, you're the starting kicker again. He had to go win the job, and he did. I mean, the next guy was like 70-something% on the same amount of kicks. So it was really clear cut. So it's good to see him get the fruits of his labor. And like I said, get off to a good start and hit those 2, especially that long one. And that was another thing I was encouraged with today. We got to work a few things and do a few things that, I was disappointed on the sky punt. We get a great punt, and dadgummit, if we don't down the ball, and so, but we need that work. We drill that, we work that, and we go down there and we don't catch the ball, and then we don't get our back to the goal line, and so those are things that could cost you in a tight game. Instead of the ball being on the 2, it's out there. That's a different deal. So, we got a chance to work some things. I'm glad we got the kick return opportunity there at the end of the game. The first one we didn't get an opportunity. It was kicked deep, so we got a chance to get a little work and get some things on tape, some things we've been working on. And so, like I said, good. Got 4th down. We had a couple of 4th down situations for us, offensively, and then same thing on the defensive side. So we had some good situational stuff. Had a 2-minute drive, had some backed up coming out situation, had a little bit of goal line, inside the 5, green zone area, so we had a little bit of everything that we were able to work on today.
Dabo,